Colville Young Junior's book of poems, My Point of View, features an image of St. John's Cathedral on its cover page. Like the old church, Young's poems take readers on a journey through time with an ensemble of poetic language and styles. Young hosted a book launch in Belize City today.
It's just writing about what I liked. So, like, I'm a family man, I'm also a religious person, and I also love my country. So those are the topics I wrote about.
One of his personal favorites from the book is a poem called George and Philip, in remembrance of the father of the nation, the Right Honorable George Price, and national hero Philip Golson. And to introduce the poem, he invited two individuals who know a lot about George and Philip.
I think he had a deep sense of moral purpose. Yes, they said he was a stoic, he was ascetic, he was frugal. Some believe that he was one of the most enigmatic leaders of the world. I found him weird at times indeed. But I sensed something about Mr. Price after I had read The Prince, Machiavelli. I sensed there was something Machiavellian about him too. I think he thought that the end, independence, will justify whatever means he used to achieve it.
This was Golson's first of several tests when, along with Richardson, he was sentenced and jailed for 1 year with hard labor. Golson's statement on going to prison was, "I would prefer to be in prison rather than to be dead and muzzled." In going to prison for his political beliefs, Golson represented the first and only politician in Belize's history to have made such a sacrifice.
George Price was no Judas. He spent almost his entire life trying to get the best for the Belizean people. If you believe he sold out his country for money, then you should get yourself a shovel and dig on the Pickstock Street property where he lived. Whilst George, of Hispanic heritage, was comfortable working under Guatemala, Philip, of Creole heritage, was not. He did not like it that in Guatemala, black people were treated like second-class citizens.
End of Time and Life Everlasting are two poems from the book that speak to Young's philosophy on life and religion. Those poems were recited by Pastor Louis Wade.
End of time. The end of time is nearer than you think. When you die, it will cease to exist. As far as I'm concerned, had I not been born, this world would have never existed. Why worry about the opportunities in life? At some point, it will be all irrelevant and gone. Why must I be concerned about other people's lives? After all, they will all eventually die. Live and let live. Don't worry about others. Take what you can, damn everyone else. And then you die. Happy riddance.
The book is being sold for $20 at CY's Music. Young says he intends to make copies available in other parts of the country very soon.
You don't want to just dive, letting people know the way you feel, and it's like, as I said, sharing emotions, sharing ideas.
A tale of two secondary schools. In days of old, when our education system was married to our religious institutions, someone said, let's experiment, and the junior sects were born. One on the north side, junior sect number 1. The other on the south side, junior sect number 2. And so the journey began. The first went on to become Gwen Liz, named after a businesswoman politician. The other became E.P. York, named after a teacher, musician. The first remained an average school, not much prestige to see. The other became the number 1 institution in our land.
Reporting for News 5, I am Paul Lopez.